If your console, shelf, or table feels awkward, the problem might not be the objects, it might be the count. Not because decorating is math, but because the eye reads rhythm. Two objects often become a pair. Four objects can be split into two pairs, but three gives the eye a lead, a support, a finish. And that is the real 3-5-7 rule. Objects are often easier to style when they are grouped in odd numbers 3, 5, or 7. But the rule is not put 7 accessories on every surface. That's how a styled room becomes crowded. The better way is to use this. 3 create clarity, 5 create depth, and 7 create abundance. But only when the surface is large enough and the space is calm enough to hold it. Start with 3. 3 is the safest number because it creates immediate hierarchy. One piece anchors, one piece lifts, and one piece softens. On a console, that might be a lamp, a stack of bulbs, and a ceramic bowl. On a coffee table, it might be a tray, a candle, and a vase. On a shelf, it might be a linen frame, a ceramic vessel, and one low box. But the point is not just 3 things. The point is 3 different visual notes. If all 3 pieces are the same height, the same color, and the same weight, the surface still feels flat. The eye needs a reason to move. That's why odd numbers usually feel more alive than even numbers in styling. Even numbers can be beautiful when you want formality, matching bedside lamps, twin sconces, two identical chairs. But for decorative objects, pairs can stop the eye too quickly. Odd numbers keep the eye moving because the group cannot be split perfectly in half. There is usually one dominant piece, then a smaller notch around it. That small imbalance is what makes the arrangement feel more organic. Move to 5 when the surface needs depth. 5 is not a permission to add noise. 5 works best when it feels like 3 plus 2 quieter notes. The original 3 still do the real work, and the extra 2 complete the atmosphere. This is useful on a larger coffee table, a longer console, a wide shelf, or a built-in where 3 pieces will feel too sparse. But 5 has to be edited. You need one anchor, one secondary piece, and smaller supporting pieces that do not ask all for attention at the same volume. 7 is the exception. 7 only works on larger, slower surfaces. A dining table, a long mantel, a large bookcase span, or a deep console. 7 needs a control palette. It needs repetition of material or color. It needs an open space between the objects so the eye can pause. If all 7 pieces are unrelated, equally loud, and all pushed too close to each other, 7 stops feeling abundant and starts to feel messy. One important detail: one element does not always mean one object. A stack of 2 books can read as one low bass note. A tray with a candle can read as one unit. A vase with branches can read as one tall silhouette. So do not count every tiny thing. Count the shapes the eye actually reads. If the surface feels busy, remove the object that repeats the same note without adding anything new. Usually the problem is one of 3 things. The objects are too similar, the spacing is too scattered, or too many pieces are trying to lead. Sometimes the fix is choosing one leader, letting the other pieces support it, and giving the whole arrangement enough room to breathe. That's why the 3-5-7 rule works. It gives the surface rhythm without making it stiff. It helps a room feel styled but not overworked. So remember, do not count objects for the sake of counting them. Count visual notes. Let one lead, let the others support. That's usually when a surface starts to feel quieter, richer, and more resolved. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Bye.